Good morning, children. So let's start the 7th standard lesson number 3, properties of natural resources. In our last lesson, we learned the properties of air source, and today we are going to learn the properties of water. We know water is found in 3 states of matter. There are the 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and air. It means gas. So the properties of gas, air we learn already. Now let's learn the properties of water. So what happened? The water occurs in a liquid state of matter. The solid state of water is ice and gaseous state of water is water vapor. So water occurs in liquid state under ordinary condition. Under a room temperature, water found in the liquid state of condition. So when you boil water, the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and then converted into water vapor, and water freeze at 0 degree Celsius. It's a freezing point of water and boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. So water is fluid substance. You know the properties of fluid. Fluid can move from one place to another place. Water does not have its own shape. It occupies the shape of the container. If you put the water in bottle, it occupies the shape of bottle. If you put water in one pot, it occupies the shape of pot. When you put the water in bowl, it occupies the shape of bowl. Means water does not have its own shape. It occupies the shape of the container, but has a volume. Water has a volume. 1 liter, 2 liter of water, milk 1 liter, oil 1 liter. It can pass through small holes or seeps through very small gaps or the cracks. We know it's a rainy season. There's some water that flows on the road, some water that seeps down and collected in the groundwater, and water also seeps through the small gaps. It is transparent, then tasteless and odorless. Means it has no smell, no taste, and it is transparent. So these are few properties of water. Now let's learn. On pouring water in an oil-clad dish, water does not spread but forms a small round drop. Why does this happen? What happened? Take a water in one bowl and put some oil drops. You know the oil float on water. It forms the different 2 layers. One layer is oil and another layer is water. So why? It is because of density. Oil does not mix into the water. It forms separate 2 layers. Hence it is heterogeneous mixture. In last period we learned about air is a homogeneous mixture. So water and oil, they forms the different 2 layers, that is heterogeneous mixture. So one activity is given in your syllabus. See what happened. Activity, you have to do it. Take a plastic bottle more than half full with water. Okay. Then mark the water level on the bottle, and after that keep the bottle upright into the freezer. What happened? After some time, the water converted into ice. Open the freezer after a couple of hours and observe. You will see that the water had changed into ice. Okay, on freezing, water converted into ice. So then note the level of ice. So first you got the level of water. Afterwards, when you remove the bottle from freezer, you will note down the level of ice. What you observe that? You will find that the ice level is higher than the water level before freezing. Okay. Why this? So as water freezes to form ice, it expands and its volume increases. You know the molecules of solid, they are compactly arranged, no air space between them. So its volume increases when you freeze. On freezing, how much was the increase the volume of the water? In what proportion? How it increased? So that you have to find out. Then another activity, take a bucket of water, drop many different kinds of article in it, make a separate list of the articles which sink in water and those that float on water. The articles you can take a coin, stone, eraser, pencil, then sawdust, then few dried leaves. So make a list, that is your homework. So which article that sinks down and which articles that float on water. The articles which float on water, it has low weight, they have low density, so they float on water. And the articles like stone, nail, coin, they sink down because of they are heavier than water. Its density is very high. So this is activity. This activity, you have to repeat this activity, do this activity. Then another activity, take some water in a pot and add a few pieces of ice on it, to it. Okay, you observe that ice also float on water. So why this is? Ice is lighter than water. कोई भी चीज लाइट वेटेड होती है वो फ्लोट होती है, और कोई भी चीज हेवी होती है वो सिंक होती है. Means ice is float and water means ice is lighter than water. Understood? So when water freezes to form ice, it becomes lighter than the original liquid. When water freezes, that is when it transforms into solid state, its volume increases. Therefore, the density of ice is less than quantities. The density of ice is less than that of water. That's why the ice float on water. It's a reason why ice float on water. So its density is very less than that of water. So ice float on water. That is the reason. Now, that is the main thing. That is what is meant by the anomalous behavior of water. That also one new thing. So anomalous behavior of water. Usually we see, usually on the hilly areas or usually on the frigid zones, when the temperature of a substance is lowered, its density increases. Means ice ki density, usually ice is float on water. So density of ice is less than that of water. But usually when the temperature of a substance is lowered, its density increases as the volume decreases. Okay. But water is an exceptional to this rule. Generally, the rule is, what is the rule? When the temperature of the substance is lower, temperature low gaya, its density increases. As the volume decreases, volume decrease ho jata hai. But water is an exceptional case. So what happens when you freeze the water? When you freeze the water, the density of water converted into ice, the density of ice is less than that of water. Okay, so water is then found in exceptional case. So what happened? So what is meant by the anomalous behavior of water? The anomalous behavior means the anomalous expansion of water is an abnormal property. It expands instead of contraction. When the temperature goes from 4 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius and it becomes less dense. Okay, so one activity is also given to see the anomalous behavior. So keep a glass full of water in freezer for 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, then take it out and observe it carefully. What you found? From which part in the glass does the water first start freezing? So you will see from the upper layer the water start freezing. So do this activity also. करके देखो ये activity. Take a glass of water and put into freezer for 10 to 15 minutes. You will see from the upper portion of the water that start freezing और नीचे आपको water की मिलेगा. That is the anomalous behavior of water. The density of water is peculiar. When water at normal temperature starts cooling, its density increases like that of most liquids. Okay. However, if its temperature falls down 4 degrees Celsius, its density starts decreasing. So just density that starts decreasing. This means that density of water is maximum as 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, its density decreases and volume increases. Okay. It means the water expands when the temperature falls down 4 degrees Celsius. Okay. This is known as the anomalous behavior of water. Okay. Underline this. The density of water is maximum at 4 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of water is lowered below 4 degrees Celsius, its density decreases and volume increases. So it means the water expands when the temperature falls below 4 degrees Celsius. Okay, children. So that is anomalous behavior of water. That's why this increased volume on the glass bottle and breaks to avoid this. It exerts pressure on the bottle. इसलिए वो जो bottle है आप freezer में रखोगे तो कुछ दिन बाद break हो जाती है. Means its volume increases. It expands and pressure exerts and it breaks. Okay, so that's why in cold countries, you know it's a reason. What is mean the anomalous behavior? In a cold countries, question arises here. How do aquatic animals remain alive even after the rivers or lakes freeze in winter? So it's a question rise. If you observe in the cold countries, जहाँ पे temperature 0 degree से भी कम हो जाता है, तो क्या होता है? You know, various aquatic animals they live alive. वो क्या होता है? ऊपर पूरी बर्फ जम जाती है, पर नीचे water होता है. Water वहां से 4 degree Celsius पे होता है ना? So नीचे का water it never freezes, क्योंकि ऊपर का water की freezing point है 0 degree Celsius. ऊपर का water जब भी freeze होगा, पर नीचे water ही रहेगा. So that animals like polar bears, some fishes, they live alive in the cold countries. So it is the very important question. Then next is to check the density of water is we can take 2 bowls. एक इसमें आप water लो, एक इसमें salty water लो. Put a potato in that water and put another potato in the salty water. So what you see? The potato which you keep in a plain water that sinks down, and the potato which you keep in a salty water, that potato floats. So why this is the reason? The reason is the salt water. The density of water is that glass is greater due to dissolved salt. So the potato float in water because of increased density. Okay. So density of salty water is more than that of potato. So potato is float on salty water. आप egg के साथ भी ऐसे कर सकते हो, egg. Instead of potato, you can take a egg. So in above activities, salt dissolves in water in the glass, that is disappears. Okay, you know the salt is completely dissolved in water. So when the salt dissolves in water, its particles spread into the water. It completely dissolves in water. Slowly they become smaller and smaller, and at last, ultimately, they become so small that they cannot be seen, that they mix completely with water. Like sugar also. You can do this activity also. You put some sugar into the glass of water and dissolve it with the help of spoon. What happened? You will see, as when you continually stirring the solution, the sugar particles become so small and small, and at last they disappear into water. They completely dissolve in water. So this what? Because they dissolve completely. That is called dissolving. Water is called universal solvent because it dissolves lots amount of solute. So see the difference between solute, solvent and solution. The new term solute, then solvent and solution. Okay, what is meant by solute, what is meant by solvent, and what is meant by the solution? So if you take salt, okay, you add some salt in water. Okay, so salt dissolves in water and forms a salt solution. Okay, forms a salt solution. Instead of salt, you can take sugar. You add some sugar in water. You get sugar solution. You get sugar solution. So here salt, sugar, this is called solute. Salt and sugar is called a solute, the substance that dissolves. Here salt is dissolved in water, here sugar is dissolved in water. The substance that dissolves is called the solute. And water here is a solvent. Water here is solvent. Solvent means the substance in which the solute dissolves. The substance in which this substance means salt and sugar, in which this dissolve, that is a solvent. And solution means what we get when the solute dissolve in a solvent. When this solute means salt dissolve in this solvent, means here is the water, and what we get after that is the salt solution, sugar solution. Understood the children the difference between solute, solvent and solution? And here the water is universal solvent, means many of solute are able to dissolve in that solvent. Understood? So that is the about water. Then uses of water according to its properties. Water is useful for water transport also due to its fluidity. Water is fluid in form. So water falling down from a height is used to generate electricity, that is hydroelectricity, with the help of a generator. This is the one of the main use of water. We get hydroelectricity. Then water is good coolant and is used in motor vehicles to control temperature of the engine. So water is also used to cool in many industries the water is used as a coolant. In vehicles the water is used as a coolant to cool the engine, water is used. Then many substances are soluble in water. So water is a universal solvent. So water is used as a solvent in factories, laboratories, in foodstuff, and in various types of biological process occurring in the body, such as digestion, excretion. Also, water is also useful for our body. It cools our body, it maintains the temperature by regulating sweating. Then water is useful for cleaning purposes, such as bathing, washing and clothing. To wash the clothes, water is used. So a great use of water. We know we do not live without water. So water is really a very important natural resource. So we have too many use of water. In this lesson, we learn various properties of water. I think, okay, children, you all understand this, the properties of water. So do one thing, you have to do this, all the activities. करके देखो सारी activities घर में, then you will know the properties of water. Okay, next period we will learn about the soil, another natural resource. Bye children.